Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Valerie Teitel. Not a whole lot of movement while we wait for the Fed this afternoon, but a couple stocks are getting some action, including Circle, fresh off the IPO, right? Now potentially getting some love from Capitol Hill. Good morning.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Nathan. Yeah, that's right. Circle is trading quite well this morning, up 1.4%. The ticker is CRCL. This is a stablecoin issuer that went public 2 weeks ago, given some more tailwinds after the Senate passed stablecoin legislation yesterday with a 68-30 vote setting up regulatory rules for cryptocurrencies pegged to the dollar, such as Circle. It's perhaps setting up these stablecoins to become maybe more midstream along with this regulation. The legislation requires these dollar-pegged stablecoins to hold dollar-for-dollar reserves in either short-term government debt or similar products. The House must now decide whether to take up the Senate bill or negotiate a compromise. But Circle is a stablecoin issuer who went public 2 weeks ago. It trades the second largest stablecoin out there. The stock has actually risen 380% from its IPO price and given a little boost from Washington. That's Circle up 1.5% this morning.
Yeah, on top of a triple-digit gain. Something to keep an eye on. Also, another day potentially to keep an eye on Peloton, huh?
Yeah, this is a day two story here. It slid 12% yesterday and is rebounding in this morning's trade, up 0.6%. The slide yesterday was originally due to the Senate tax bill. The new text of the Senate tax bill omitted the House's proposal that allowed users of health savings accounts to use their accounts for certain fitness allowances, so such as gyms and equipment like Peloton. So because of that Senate tax bill omission, yesterday the stock slid 12%, but it does seem to be stabilizing this morning. Peloton recovering slightly.
And got to talk about Amazon because the CEO made some interesting news in the last few hours. Is it moving the stock at all, some of his comments, Valerie?
So Amazon is outperforming in the Mag 7 this morning. It's really barely in the green at the moment as we're watching S&P futures flick into the red so far this morning. Amazon up 0.3%. A very interesting story here. The Amazon CEO, Andy Jassy, says he expects the company's workforce to decline in the next few years as it uses artificial intelligence to handle more tasks. He wrote an email to staff in which he said that AI technology will mean fewer people in some of today's roles and more people doing other types of jobs. He expects it will lead to efficiency gains for Amazon across the company. And it really comes along a growing chorus of companies talking about AI and its impact on their workforce. Did you hear that Shopify told employees that requests for new headcount will require an explanation as to why AI can't do that job? Duolingo saying some similar things about contractors, and comes after Microsoft recently announced a round of layoffs that hit software developers the hardest, implying somewhat that AI can replace them. So it seems to be a growing company discussion around the uses of AI and headcount.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.